Hello everybody, this is Cody, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Internationals in Isolation. And today I would like to talk about hope. Specifically, where or how can we find hope in isolation? If we look at the news, we look at the numbers, we hear stories of people who are sick and who are struggling, it can be pretty easy to feel hopeless stuck within our four walls. And I think everyone knows and understands this feeling of hopelessness. But what is then hope? And one of the definitions that I found for hope is this feeling that we will be able to get the desires of our heart and that events will somehow work out for the best. That makes me ask myself, okay, what actually are my desires and what do I really want out of life? And I think what I want is similar or the same to many of you. I want security. I want financial security. I want stability. I want health. I want to feel safe in my environment. I also want love and acceptance. I want people to see me for who I am and to not run away, to actually love me and stay in relationship even if I make mistakes. And I also want to have a meaningful life. I want what I do to matter and not be easily forgotten. I want to have a positive impact on people. And lastly, I want to be happy. I want to have joy. I want to have a sense of that I can really enjoy my life and be satisfied with everything. So if this is really the things that I want or our desires, and we believe that we can have them, then how? Like, who's going to give them to us? Who's going to assure us that these things are possible? And I think different people look at in different places. So some look to their jobs, some look to their leaders in the government, some people look to relationships, romantic, friendship, family, and some people look to religion or spirituality to give them some purpose or meaning. The interesting thing is that this virus, or even the fear of the coronavirus, has shaken so many things and turned our new global society upside down. And I think for many people, they begin to question, what do I actually believe can help me? And what can I really put my trust and hope in to give me what I need? If this small little virus can cause so much uncertainty and break so many things in the system, is that really where I should be putting my hope and trust? And believing that all events will work for good, I think we see actually in many places that that's not the case. People are sick. People are dying alone in hospitals because their family and friends can't see them. There are people who are losing their jobs, families that are really struggling dealing with the current situation. We can kind of encourage people or say, hey, somehow it'll be better or it'll be good in the end. But I think many of us feel actually this is a false comfort because it doesn't seem that it's going to work out for the best. And that's for me in this time of Easter where hope is so important. Because today, Good Friday, weird name for the day that Jesus died, is a day where, yes, Jesus died, this person who represented goodness and life and meaning and hope, died, but didn't just die, but came back to life. Death was not actually the end of his story. For many of us, no matter where we put our hope in, death will be the end of those things. But with Jesus, death was not the end. It was only the beginning, that when he came back to life on Easter Sunday, he defeated all those things. And that's why in the Bible it says at the end of time that there will be no more tears and no more crying and no more pain and no more sickness and no more death, because God is making all things new. And that is exactly because Jesus had overcome all of those things and coming back to life. And not only did he overcome, but he was able to make those very things good. I mean, imagine it. Actually, the worst thing that could happen, the person that created all that was good in the entire universe was betrayed and killed by people he came to love, right? The highest, so terrible evil, you could say. But God was able to use that for something very, very good. And if God can do that with Jesus' death, then how much more could God do something like that in my situation with the coronavirus, with my feelings of loneliness, with my struggles of purpose and feeling loved? How much more can God use those things for good and actually to give me the desires of my heart and what I really long for? This life where there is no more pain and no more sickness and love and acceptance and purpose in life are all there. So that's how I find hope, is looking towards Jesus and looking towards Easter Sunday. I'd be curious to hear how you guys find hope in isolation. You can feel free to put comments down below in the YouTube video or on Facebook. Yeah, if you are curious in learning more about how to have hope in isolation through Jesus, feel free to write us on our Facebook page, or you could join one of our virtual home groups. They are in community trying to find peace and hope and true life together. So thanks for watching. Look for another episode hopefully coming soon, and stay safe.